manager key is null, or it reaches the number of levels. So if the user has no managers, there won't be a kickoff for this. If the user has one manager, only one approval. If the user has two managers, there'll be two approvals. If the user has three managers, there'll be two approvals because it says two here. Okay, so much for that. And you see the role approval. Now it's using the value we copied from OIM. Then it's going to automatically assign that as the approver. And then here we're getting the organization administrator from the organization itself and assigning that. So if this hasn't run yet, then this will run and wait. And then after the approval, it'll come back in, set it up, and then this guy will kick off, and he'll know who his approver is. Okay, so let's go back to here. Let's go over this real quick. Okay, they want you to edit, change the name. Okay, that's all the stuff we just looked at. It's setting those up now, so that's everything we saw. Okay. Okay, so you see here where it's creating the sequential. These are sequential and these are parallel. You'll see that these two are parallel. These are sequential. These are sequential. Okay. Okay, so now so we set it up by default to reject, and it looks like now we're ready to deploy. So the composite itself wasn't too complicated. The problem was their docs didn't really, well, they were probably out of date, I'm guessing. So here's where we deploy it. Okay, you follow the instructions. Okay, now here's where you set up the rule. Okay, remember now you have to go into the enterprise manager, set up the OIM URL in CSF. Make sure you do that, or you'll get an error. Okay, so what we're going to do is, this isn't really requesting entitlements, this is requesting roles, but it's 6 of one, a half dozen of another, really. So, well, you'd have to change the code because it's using roles, but you would, change it to use the catalog because the catalog will have the entitlement information. So we're going to set up a custom assign roles rule, and we're going to point it to our newly created assign role approval. And then here we're saying if the operation is assign roles and the display name of the role being requested is business analyst, then kick off our workflow. Now, if this could have been any role, because of the fact that we have the approver group is actually in here. So we didn't really have to do this. The assign roles would have been fine if we wanted to use this as the default role requester. But with the rules, you don't have to. You could be more granular, and so you could say, you could have different rule for a different role to have a different approval task. So that's how you can set that up. It's a little bit more flexible than the old way with the policies. Okay, so that was a quick overview. Well, maybe not so quick overview of the composite. Now we'll do a quick test drive. Thanks.